So apparently, I'm not the only one who sees things in the trees. This is Ray's rhino. I'm buying it. Well, I haven't taken much video today because there hasn't been much to take video of. It's been kind of a ramble around some hills and low mountains, I guess. Yeah, big hills maybe. More in the valley area than up on the ridge, you know, where the Shenandoahs were and the Blue Ridge Parkway and everything. So it's more kind of down low now. And sky is definitely thickening up. It's 100% humidity for sure. It is just crazy humid. Has been all day. It's been miserable. And I just heard the first thunder. Well, you might even be able to hear it. So we'll see what's coming. Just gonna have to hike on through it. I got about 6 miles to go to the next shelter. And if it hits in between here and there, I'll put on my rain gear and walk through it. I'm not on a high ridge or a peak, so I'm not too worried. So it's totally pouring. Yep. Not much I can do. I mean, it's kind of pretty. My feet are soaking wet. My legs are soaking wet. But, I don't know. If I didn't get dried out later, it won't be so bad. If I have to be wet all night, it's going to stink. So while that rain earlier stopped, but the humidity didn't let up any, it was still really humid. So I figured that wasn't the end of it, and it wasn't. I'm about less than half a mile, I think, from the shelter, and it's rumbling overhead in the dark, and I'm hoping I can make it. And I wouldn't be bummed if there was room in the shelter for me to just stay in it. So I'll know in a few minutes if I'll make it and if I'll get space in the shelter. And I'm hustling. Well, I am inside the shelter. So dark you probably can hardly see it. It's pouring out there. These guys are under a nice covered picnic table, but other than that, it's a deluge out there. And I made it by, about 30 seconds maybe? About 30 seconds. Woo-hoo! And there's room for me to sleep in here, and I am a happy man. Yep, I am super glad I am not hiking in that. That's the kind of rain that gets through everything. And I made it by 30 seconds. I can't believe it. What a deal. So I'm happily in the shelter here, hanging out, waiting maybe for the rain to stop. Haven't had my dinner yet because I didn't bring enough water up, and I don't want to go out and miss to get some, so I may just have a sandwich for dinner. Should be cool. And that's going to be the night. I'm going to just hang out here and go to sleep in the rain. I mean, in the shelter, not in the rain, which is great. Yeah, the dad joke tonight is part joke and part truism. Ran into a guy on the trail today asking me lots of questions about what it's like, how you make it work, what do you do about this or that. And he's finally looked at me and he said, "What do you do when it rains?" And the answer is, I get wet.